Hi, it's Andy Mitten. It's not a normal broadcast that I would expect to be doing, but I'm outside Camp Nou. You can see the stadium over behind me, and there are thousands of Barcelona fans waiting outside the stadium. The game against Las Palmas, a La Liga fixture, is supposed to be kicking off in 15 minutes, but about 45-50 minutes before the game I started getting messages that the game was postponed because of the political events today in Catalonia. None of those stories were confirmed. The Barca didn't send any messages out to say what was happening. So I continued towards the stadium. There were people walking the other way against me. There's thousands of people here, but nowhere near the numbers that you'd normally get. Barca's average crowd is 78,000 people. And then I started speaking to fans outside the stadium. I spoke to some of the Peñas, and I'll be writing a piece about this which you'll be able to read later on. The Peñas are the supporters clubs that travel from far and wide, and I'd estimate that there were 30 to 40 coaches out parts close to the stadium, people who'd set off at all hours to watch this game. And then I started speaking to locals, and there was a lot of confusion about, and then I heard a couple talking in English and started speaking to them, Lisa and Rudy, who's 7, the family from Melbourne, and they booked 3 months ago to come to see Neymar. When Neymar left, they still decided to keep the trip, and they've come to Barcelona, booked a hotel opposite the stadium, and they were really looking forward to it. They fly back to Australia tomorrow, and the game is off, so they're not going to see it. They'll get a refund, but as Lisa said, we must be the unluckiest family in the world. They'll get their tickets refunded. If you look behind me, there's loads of people all along there, and if you look through the gates over there, there's significant numbers of people who are waiting in hope that they will be let in to watch the game. The latest information I have is that the game is going to happen, and it's behind closed doors. As a journalist, I am allowed to go, as far as I know, to watch the game behind closed doors. I feel like I should do my job properly and write about the game or the events which are unfolding, but I feel I'd much rather give my ticket to someone, a proper fan, who deserves it. I mean, I've got to do my job. I'm here in a working capacity. I'm not a Barca supporter nor a Las Palmas supporter, although I was watching Las Palmas particularly closely this season because one of my friends was the coach there, but he was let go on Tuesday, and given that he's a Catalan and the Las Palmas team are wearing a Spain flag on their shirt today, which is unprecedented, it's probably not a bad idea for him, and I spoke to him this morning. I'm walking into the stadium now. I can hear the public address system. If I show you, there's media everywhere, and it's just full of people saying I don't know. They don't know what's going on. And I'm going to go and try and report about a football match, but a game which has been completely overshadowed by events surrounding the football match. I'm walking past some of the Mossos, the Catalan police. They are not seen as the bad guys today. The Spanish police definitely are. There's been numerous stories of aggressions where people have tried to vote at the polling stations. I'm now seeing fans booing on the other side of the stadium at the gates. They've bought tickets. We've spent a lot of money to buy tickets for this match. Ticket prices started at €44 for an adult and went up, and they're a lot more for a more attractive opponent than Las Palmas. So this is the normal entrance which I would go in as a journalist at Camp Nou, and you can see it's 13 minutes before a game. This place would normally be absolutely packed, and now it's just police, some security. It's going to be quite odd. I've never seen a game, I don't think, behind closed door before, a competitive game. I've seen sort of friendly games. There's a statue of Kubala and the flags, 2 Barca flags and 1 Catalan flag. You do well to see a Spanish flag in this area. So I'm going to go into the game, and I will write a piece about this with much more detail, which I will post online later on. Maybe I'll come back online inside the stadium.